Good evening and welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. We're back live in the flesh, live and direct. A lot of stuff to get into, a lot of stuff to talk about. But as you know, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all the DSPs, you know, all of that lovely stuff. First and foremost, I have been in the streets.
Streets are back.
But streets are back, man. The streets are back, and the streets mess with us, man. The streets mess with us. They're saying that they love the stuff, they love the content. But the streets are saying that the title race could be over, man. That's what the streets are saying. They're saying it could be over. They're saying that the last two teams that were in this position were United and City at this point. They had 8 points and they won the league. Liverpool have 9. Streets are saying that it could be done. But listen, we've got a lot to dive into, man. I think that is probably the best place to start. Liverpool versus City. Final score 3-1. That is now 45 games unbeaten at Anfield. City have still not won at Anfield since 2003. Titus Bramble has more goals at Anfield than Aguero.
That's mad.
Yeah, I mean,
Was it 8 games now he's gone without scoring there?
10.
10 games.
Well, this will be 11.
No.
This is
the 10th.
This is the 10th.
This might be the 10th. And in the Premier League, it's 7. He ain't scored in 8 in the Premier League. So, boy.
Good
I'll
evening,
I'll let you man start.
Boy, all I can say really is we've sat here and we said that we think that Liverpool can beat them home and away. We did say that last year the mistake that Liverpool made was they didn't take the initiative in the game where they played them, and that gave City the bite to come back.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just you beat them, it was emphatic. It was licks, gave them licks, and now it's kind of like 9 points. In order for Liverpool to drop 9 points realistically, I know they've got busy December, I know they've got a history of dropping points, but to drop 9 points means that you cannot lose or draw essentially for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
If we're being real.
Team that only lost 1 game last year as well.
They've lost 1 game. They've lost 2 games in 3 or 4 seasons, Prem season.
I mean, I said if City are gonna go win the league, first and foremost, for me, they gotta win the next 10 games.
Up until
they gotta win the next 10 games. And if we're talking about they gotta win the next 10 games, I've got a graphic here. On November the 23rd, City are playing Chelsea. That's straight after international duty. December the 7th, City are playing Manchester United. December the 15th, City are playing Arsenal away. And in December the 21st, they're playing Leicester. So they're playing basically all the
teams around
6
them. Yeah.
around them. If City get through this patch with 100 points, then okay, these
100%.
I mean, sorry, not 100 points, sorry, 100%
But
record.
if there's any team that's shown they
scary.
can do it, it's been City, I think.
Well,
but I think the gap now with 9
points
points, I
is
think
massive.
the way Liverpool as well, for me, haven't started the season playing brilliantly, and they've still picked up a lot of points. This game, for me, I think in the first half, City were probably in it, and I think the VAR decisions may have gone against them.
What's your thought on the VAR decision, actually?
Handball for me.
So this is where personally I'm confused.
Handball for me, because the rule is if anything hits the hand.
Yeah.
Well, here we go, because VAR is supposed to rule out something if it's clear and obvious, right? But how many times have you seen that particular instant happen where it's given and not given?
Yeah, because
Therefore,
last week Dele Alli wasn't given.
Therefore, it's not clear and obvious. So that's why I think, yes, VAR is bad, but sometimes the rules and refereeing in general.
They gave their reason for it as well. They said about it was too quick in the motion for him to get his hand out of the way or whatever. Yeah. Which, okay, cool, it's been inconsistent, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry, boys, play on. Play to
the whistle.
Play on.
Like, they just stopped.
What's all this protesting, leaving the football? Like this, what's all of that? Play on. They go up on the other end and rattle one in.
100%.
I'm sorry.
Great goal as well.
Was your tactics when you walked into the game? Let's hope for VAR decisions. Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was let's set up and let's go and win this game. Yeah. You guys going up on the other end and blasting it in Liverpool. That's so poor for Manchester City. So poor.
They just lack creativity today, City as well.
But why would they lack creativity?
They look like they lacked imagination. Sterling was there as well, who's arguably meant to be the best player in the Premier League. Aguero was meant to be the best striker.
KDB chasing Henry's assist
and the worst thing
apparently.
is, I think leading their record leading up to this, though, I think City's record hasn't been great. And I kind of knew coming into this.
22 wins in 25 league games.
Well, yeah, no, their recent form, but I'm saying against Liverpool in particular.
Yeah.
Their head-to-heads, Liverpool have been dominating them.
I get that, but this is, I have I have
with
issues
Liverpool's
here.
record at Anfield as well. I don't
No,
think
no,
they stood
I
a
have,
chance.
I have
today.
issues.
No
I have
chance.
issues for 2 reasons. One, where it's kind of, you know how big this game is.
Mm.
You have to rise to the occasion. We
Yeah.
can't say that, because of bad form that you shouldn't rise to the occasion. Number one. Number two, we've seen other managers that are not at the level of Pep Guardiola. I'll name 2, Chris Wilde and Ollie, that have shown that, you know what, the outlet that Liverpool have is their fullbacks. So if you want to have any sniff of a chance, you need to make sure that their impact is at a bare minimum. And he couldn't even do that. So of course he was going to lose. That's why when you looked at this today, everyone was thinking, what's he going to do? Is he going to do something different?
Yeah.
Is he going to make them not play in a way that we've not seen before? And he allowed them to play. Robertson was killing it. Trent was killing it. I think one of the goals, Trent pinged it across. One touch, cross in, it's a goal. So you can't excuse the fact that Guardiola got his tactics wrong. If this was Oli, we would rip into him.
I agree. I echo what you're saying. I think Pep got it so wrong. And listen, I'm not here to come and have some Pep sympathy session, because sorry, you guys are the ones that are, as you always say, they're the ones that are spending the money. What do we do all the time? City squad depth. Oh, we're purring over their squad depth. I'm sorry, I don't care just because you're Pep Guardiola and you've done it with Yaya and you've done it a few times, Fernandinho and stuff. Why is Fernandinho going to Anfield playing centre-back when your Argentina international Otamendi is sitting on the bench? Now, I don't care if Otamendi is whatever you think about him. He's a registered centre-back, yeah? He should be playing. Cancelo, you signed him for 60 million?
60 million.
And he's sitting on the bench.
Where is Benjamin Mendy?
Angelino was playing like he doesn't even know who Pep is.
Why in a big game are you playing him? Mendy was not selected today for tactical reasons, they said
But
as well.
he's a left back.
Exactly.
Not even for injury purposes.
But he's a left back.
In a big game like this?
Exactly. He got it totally wrong. And for me, once I saw Rodri, Gundogan and KDB, I said, this midfield lacks legs, yeah? This midfield, how many times have them 3 played together off from the start? Not often. I knew it wasn't going to be great. And Gundogan and Rodri were getting overrun all the time. Rodri, for me, he shouldn't have started that game. He's not adapted to the Premier League
from injury
that
as well.
great. He hasn't adapted to the Premier League that great. And you go and play at Anfield when Fernandinho, who can get about the pitch, I don't care how old Fernandinho is, he's got the most legs in that City midfield. He's playing centre-back.
And that's the worst. I actually think playing him at centre-back, they're ruining Fernandinho's
legacy. 100%.
Because he's been one of the best defensive midfielders over the last few years in a position that I think has been lost almost. He's kind of recreated it. But now at centre-back, he's looking foolish almost. And it ain't a good look. For me, this duct taping with the centre-backs, not feeling it.
I think
not feeling it.
Let's call it what it is.
And I said in Europe, it could potentially get found out. I mean, Liverpool showed it today.
Let's call it what it is, right? He got it wrong. He got it completely wrong. And if it was any other manager, right, people would be screaming. Imagine if Ole did this now, yeah? We would be killing, punching up Ole.
They'd be killing.
We'd be like, oh, how can you do that? You know that Trent's going to cross the ball, this and that.
I want people to see it from the way I see it. Imagine Man United having Rojo on the bench and putting McTominay centre back. Imagine Arsenal having
was doing
Socrates.
That last year, and
imagine Arsenal having Socrates on the bench and saying,
Jorginho.
let's go
put
Guendouzi at the back. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, you don't do that. When you have Pepper's done it when you haven't got the options. Okay, all right, Otamendi, if he was injured, he couldn't play, cool. But Otamendi's there. If I was Otamendi right now, I know it's not a big impact because obviously clearly they don't rate me. Yeah. But I'll be like, listen, I don't even want to play for you anymore. I don't want to play.
You mentioned that they've not had good form against their opponents at Anfield. You're not at the Etihad. You're not in your safe haven. So why would
Anfield?
Yeah.
And you're taking a risk playing Angelino.
That got fists up.
Do you know what Anfield is?
Exactly.
Klopp told them, enter the gates early. Enter the gates early. Them man were there, you know. They were like, what? You want us to go early? We're there ready, bro.
The only thing is that I wouldn't completely rule City at the time. I think it's a big statement win from Liverpool.
There's still a race to be had.
And because last year they drew this fixture, am I right, at Anfield? So big statement from them, but I still am not ruling City out completely. I think the Christmas period will be the defining period. If Liverpool are 5 points ahead come January, I'm giving them
this
one.
is on your point.
Sorry, but one thing that we're forgetting is, I don't know if I said it last
Club World Cup.
Liverpool go off for the Club World Cup.
But even if City win all their games, I don't think they'll be able to call it back now.
I know.
That makes a difference.
But the difference is every game again becomes a cup final. Do you know what I mean? Every game again for Liverpool. Right now they got the cushion. They got that little cushion. Come back, City are 2 points behind us.
It's
every
pressure.
game. I repeated it. Man United, when we won the Club World, we came back, and I can't remember who. Maybe it was Liverpool. Liverpool were ahead of us. Yeah, we played against
Was this
Stoke.
08-09?
We played against Stoke. Hernandez scored a header with the back of his head, yeah? Fergie said that goal won us the league because we had so much pressure going away to Stoke after coming back from Club World with Liverpool on us. Yeah. That won us the league. And if Liverpool come back and deliver after that, I can't see anyone stopping it.
But on what you've said, though, this is where was so important for City because it's 9 points now. I think they probably have 3 games, and you've mentioned the games they've got anyway. Imagine they don't even get the 4 points they need then.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be at a deficit. So even if you close it, Liverpool would then have the games in hand.
That would be scary.
That's why I'm saying that ultimately they needed the statement more than Liverpool did. And
for me as well, like I think we need to
just a quick one. Even if they said, you know what, no more Premier League, that defense ain't going to win Champions League.
No,
they can't sign anyone. What world-class
Pep might need another 300 mil.
Break the back for Koulibaly.
What? But is he not playing Champions League?
Yeah, cup tied. Yeah.
There we go. So what can you do?
The way I see it, so it looks like maybe City really did need Maguire then.
Well,
maybe they did, but
listen,
I think
he ain't doing much at United. I'll tell you that.
Let's give Klopp, let's give Liverpool credit as well, because I feel like we sometimes don't give Liverpool enough credit. Yeah, today they got it absolutely right. Klopp has Pep's number, and you just know it. You go into the game, City players look nervous. And for me, my standout
Pep as well. Pep always keeps almost uplifting Liverpool as this like big feared opponent that he's scared of, and I think it's trickling down to the players.
Yeah, but
I think that's him trying to rage
respect them.
On what Cam said, we've said it here a few times. Klopp as a manager, we said it last week, Klopp as a manager has improved so much. He was always a good coach, but even the small things like, you know what, Fabinho's not playing last week because he might get a yellow card and then you won't be able to play this game and whatnot. A fully rested Fabinho against this midfield this week
they needed that,
is a cheat code.
Like look at
Henderson as well. Henderson when Henderson is
balling.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
there's
man.
space here. Go and exploit that a little bit, and then you know what? Cool. What I really appreciated from him today was, you know what? Cool. 4-4-2. Let's set up shop.
And you know
Let's
what?
make it nice and tough for them.
Yeah.
When
just
you look,
little things as a manager make such a big difference.
when you look at the people will be questioning, like we'll touch on it later. Why doesn't Kyle Walker get called up for England? Did you see what
It's
Trent
because
was
he's
doing at the other side?
sleeping.
That boy,
Sleeping at the back
Trent
post.
Alexander-Arnold is absolutely special for me. He's a ridiculous player. And you know they got the European Golden Boy that's going on. If that guy doesn't win it, I'm sorry. Jadon Sancho, you're a good player. Felix, you're a good player. Trent has been leveled.
Kai Havertz.
Yeah, you're all good players. Trent has been leveled. And you see him today. Did you see him today? I mean, for me, if you're looking at it, who's the player of the year in the Premier League so far? For me, it's Trent.
Jamie
For
Vardy.
me, it's Trent.
I was going to say Robertson.
Vardy, good shout. Vardy, good shout. For me, it's Trent. I think he's the. How can you be a right back setting tempo?
I think
even tempo.
So what about
I know what you're
Robertson
saying, but that's going
amazing,
forward. That's
amazing,
going forward. Would
but
you
Trent
not say
is more
though there was a
impact for
couple
me.
times today where he was caught out of position again?
For me, I think Trent
I
absolutely
think
locked Raheem
defensively
Sterling.
teams
1v1
always
locked
try
him.
and target that side of Liverpool.
They do. He has
I
that
noticed
weakness.
that, and I'm like, I don't know. Well, eventually, it's going to be a weak link where a team good enough is going to expose that. And, I think City should have been the team good enough to expose it, and they didn't. But I still look at that.
This is where
so good
this
going
is
forward.
where I think you're wrong.
Quick
one. Because ultimately, anyone that's exposed him, it's not because of the team, it's been because of individual performance. Rashford, prime example. The individual performance has been so good in him 1v1 that you've done it. Because you can try and ping the ball there that many times. If that person who's playing him is not up to it,
But are you trying to tell me if you watch that Liverpool City game, you're going to come out of it and say Trent played bad defensively? I mean, now we're starting to just nitpick.
No.
Anyone that goes past Trent, he's so bad defensively.
It's the same thing with the VVD.
He locked Raheem Sterling. Wasn't Raheem Sterling being talked about coming into this game, top 5 player in the world? He locked him off. Raheem Sterling's there trying to fight Gomez and stuff. He'll lose that fight too. So don't try and fight him, bro. He'll lose that fight.
South London ref.
All I'm going to add into this again is...
But honestly, man, special player, man. Deserves more.
2 of their top 3 scored as well. And we were saying that, listen, we're not seeing Mane, great goal. Salah, great goal.
Like,
where was
Mahrez?
I thought he was going to make the difference this week.
Come on. I'm happy. I'm so happy. Now we can beat them.
Hey, the fans forced him into making shots. It didn't happen.
Now we can beat them. I'm so gassed.
People have been also, Salah, for example, Salah has scored goals against Spurs, Arsenal and City this season, and people will say he's having a quiet season.
But listen,
quietly handling business.
Listen, this is
finally.
This is it. But listen, Leicester, Arsenal.
I mean,
Arsenal fans will say we shouldn't talk about them.
bro, I feel like putting duct tape on my mouth.
I'm just, you know, I'm gonna read a statement by David Ornstein, who is, you know, he's their oracle essentially, right? And there's something that's telling in this statement for me. So he goes, Arsenal bosses are 100% backing in Unai Emery. They're saying that they're not going to be pressured by the noise, and they're going to make sure that they stick with him to at least the end of the season. That's essentially me paraphrasing. They're going to wait until the summer before making a decision.
I believe that is what they should do.
The wrong choice?
Because as I said,
How do you feel in it?
The reason why I say that is, as I said before, I don't think Arsenal are as far off their target. They're not as far off their target as people are making out. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, okay, it's a 9-point gap right now. This season has been worse than last season, but I still don't think it's at the point where he needs to get sacked. Like, maybe January, help him out. Give him some money. Let him sign something.
Spot on.
Let's see what we can do with this. Yeah. And the exact thing that I saw another quote, or not quote, but like something, a source said that they don't want to do what Man United did in terms of keep having to change, different manager, this. Let's see, man. Let's see. I know it's not going great right now, but I don't think he should get sacked.
The main thing Arsenal fans keep complaining about is like a tactical that he's
tactical now. Yeah, his tactics are
and the team's lacking identity.
He tried something different.
And this is the thing for me. He's actually trying. And the other thing for me is as well is the reason why I want him to be given time is he's got a young core in that team as well. It's like he's got a lot of awesome players left over.
Yeah, say name.
The young
Holding.
He's still got Saliba to come next season as well. Don't forget, and he's actually been playing well.
Holding.
No. Even Willock.
He has a young core.
Even Willock. Even Saka.
Holding.
Those young players to come through. I'm saying he's got a lot of. He's got a hotbed of young players.
I was gonna say you can't.
You know what I'm saying. I know what he's saying. You know what I'm saying. Like there's a batch of youngsters coming through at that club. Where if they're given time, even Tierney and Bellerin, like they haven't had any time to come back.
But I hear what he's saying.
Have Bellerin and Tierney even meshed into the squad yet? Like Laka, Oba, and Ozil and Pepe for the first time only they played together yesterday. Like give them time to get this team together. Yeah. Like when your 4 best players and you've only been able to play them once, and it's November now.
I'm gonna chime in there quickly because you're saying that those 4 players, that's the first time. The fans, from what I'm hearing, are angry that's the first time it's happening.
Yes.
I have a bigger issue here, and I think for me, it's not the Emery issue. It's if you look at Leicester, right? Leicester right now are a much better team than Arsenal. Is that fair to say? Mm-hmm. So for me, this is not the hill to die on to get him out of the club. But you're not supposed to win this game. The bigger thing for me, exactly one. But the bigger thing for me, right, which I think is more criminal here is, and I'll take you on my journey of thought, is Leicester won the league in what year? 15-16. Cool. They didn't have the greatest squad then. They've dipped down, right? And they've now come into a position where they now look above Arsenal, United, and Spurs again. And the fact that that's happened is criminal by the boards of all of the 3 teams I just mentioned personally.
You know, Steve Walsh, who was
he's at Everton.
He's the recruiter. Left. So he's the one that recruited Mahrez. He's the one that recruited Kante.
And he's left.
He's the one that he's left, gone to Everton and is drowning at Everton or whatever. And then they've now gone and whoever they've got, whatever.
They've reinvented themselves.
That's a well-run pattern.
Hence why I say that whoever's in charge at Spurs, Arsenal, and United, that is criminal for a team of Leicester to win the league, drop away, go into the wilderness, and come back and be looking stronger than everyone else.
One
signing
thing I want to
players,
say,
talents like Tielemans and
with Leicester, it's all well and good, but remember they're not playing any European football or anything in between, so they have that advantage of having only an 11 that's good enough to challenge for everything.
I get that,
like,
but
right now, Arsenal have to go for the Europa League as well.
I get that.
But these other teams have to go for these other cups.
Should Leicester, a club of Leicester's caliber, be falling off and coming back again?
Yeah, obviously that's an indictment.
Like the young talent they've signed, they've recruited so well.
Yeah, obviously that's an indictment as well, but one thing as well, Leicester haven't had that adversity yet. As you just mentioned, a couple players have been injured for them. I would like to. I don't need to see it, but it would be interesting to see how would Leicester be if Chilwell if they didn't have Chilwell
of course.
and they didn't have Pereira, same way Arsenal didn't have Bellerin and Tierney. Vardy injury away? Who's coming off that bench? Is Okazaki still playing for them?
No, he left in the summer.
Is Okazaki still there? He left in the summer.
They got
He's a hero.
Iheanacho.
Yeah, in Henacho,
come on, answer your question. How do Leicester manage to get Chilwell and Pereira? And then if we look at the fullbacks of your team and your team, it looks like that.
Chilwell, to be honest, he's been about.
He just
for a
come
little
through
bit.
the academy, as well.
But here
Pereira slipped through the net.
That was
Pereira,
bad.
that was
bad.
This goes back to what I'm saying.
No,
he's
but
not
One,
world class.
he doesn't,
Mate,
even
very
if he's
good
not
right
world
back.
class,
Very good right back.
The basis is
22
still
mil.
that
22.
how have Leicester managed.
He's better than
Because
Wan-Bissaka.
you've said a few times that Leicester's midfield could start for most top 6 teams. Well, obviously not the top 2, but you said that. You said that their players look great. So how is it a club like that? I just find it really interesting. They have fallen off, disappeared. Yeah, did their Champions League one?
It's
Disappeared.
recruitment. Recruitment's important, and it's
Listen,
obviously you can't always.
And that's
blame
not just
everything
that's
on-
not just manager. You can't. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can't just blame just manager now. But back to Arsenal, I think it's you can't down the hill of if we didn't beat if we lost to Leicester, he should go out.
That's
It's a tough game to win.
How
away
many,
to Leicester.
It's a tough game to win.
And let's be honest, first half they were actually in the game as well. If you watched it,
bro? You're right. Yeah, they were holding out really well there as well. But like my thing is like.
I sound like a fucking Arsenal fan.
Ozil, Oba, and Lacazette is not a good front three, in my opinion. I don't think that's a good front three. When I was watching them against Leicester, they were lazy. They were lazy. They didn't want to. They want to be Laka. I mean, how long are we gonna act like this guy's a top striker, man? I'm not even trying to be.
What's his
harsh
highest
on the
tally?
We say.
What's his highest tally in an
It's
Arsenal?
not great.
I don't think he scored more than 15
goals.
Great, but-
He's not a great striker, and Arsenal fans have him on this pedestal. Stop trying to get at other players. Look at these type of players. He's got 2 goals this season. Yes, he's been injured quite a lot, but overall, if I was Arsenal, I'll be cashing in on him. Sign someone else. Sign a wide man.
For the
cash in
meanwhile,
on him.
though,
You
you
get
could
good
cash
money
in
for
on
him.
him and Ozil. But I think for the meanwhile, if you've got them there, use them. I think Lacazette, Ozil, Aubameyang start as your front three.
So what? Aubameyang
Ozil,
go back on the left.
Pereira, Guendouzi. That should
Aubameyang
be
go
your
back on the
midfield.
left. Aubameyang's 20 times more dangerous than Lacazette. Like it's a mismatch.
Yeah,
It's a mismatch.
But Aubameyang's going to be your main goal scorer, so you've got to play him
I'll
on the
ask
night.
you guys this question.
You know, Arsenal signed Lacazette, to be their guy.
Yeah, I know.
That's what people.
And a season later, when he didn't deliver, that's when they
Season
Aubameyang.
late,
Yeah.
bro. Was it even a season? Was it
6
half?
months?
In
I
six,
think
six
6
months.
months, yeah.
Wenger packed it in with him.
I asked both of you this question, right? Going back to what we discussed last week.
Yeah.
Is this one of the issues? Because you said that fans love Lacazette and whatnot. At the same time, there's a handful of fans that will be like, no, we need to cash in on them. Is that kind of so vocal? But a lot of them, I'll be honest, majority of fans will be saying that, oh, Lacazette. But I genuinely feel that if we took away his kind of culture and importance from the club,
Shape ups
and
and
we
trims.
looked at him, if he was like a Chris Wood or something, like, this guy will be getting.
Like, I don't even want to go too in on him, but at the same time, look, Oba should have done. Didn't have anything to feed off or whatever, and you just see if Oba can't get on the end of things or can't. Arsenal
he's
are
not there to play.
Yeah, Arsenal are toothless. Lacazette's got to start.
Do you know what I don't like about this as well? We're not even giving Leicester credit. Madison was amazing. Vardy's
Amazing
banging as
team at the
usual. Pereira,
Vardy best striker in
ironically,
the
did
Premier
Vardy. Look, I asked a question. I don't know why everyone got angry. I said, who looks superior on the day, Vardy or Aubameyang? Why do people act like it can't be compared? That's all I'm trying to say. Vardy was class. Vardy does this all the time. That's his 32nd goal in 57 games against the top 6. Why are we acting like this guy's some boy or something?
Is he the best striker in the Premier at the minute?
At the minute?
Right now.
Well, he's the Premier League top goal scorer. So the proof's in the pudding.
Is he the best player in the league?
Right? He's the best player in the league.
I'm just asking questions.
Nah, I wouldn't say he's the best player in the league.
He said Trent.
Oh, you're talking about like at the moment, as in like
At
for
the
player
moment,
league?
yeah,
Nah,
for-
for me,
for-
I said it's Trent. I think for me, it's Trent at the moment.
Interesting. Anyway, you've got your time to shine now. Anyway, I need you to tell
guess.
me. Yeah, I need you to tell me why Sheffield United walked away thinking that, you know what, we deserved the win
Because they did.
at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Because they did. Did
And-
you watch the game?
And talk me through the game.
Did you see the back line?
Yeah.
First of all, did you see the starting back line?
Okay, talk
we
to
had
me.
Gazaniga,
Yeah.
Dyer.
Gazaniga's probably better than Lloris at the moment.
Listen to the names I'm just giving
Go
you.
on.
Dyer,
Dyer's
Sanchez,
a World Cup
Aurier,
semi-finalist.
Ben Davis. Don't start trying to give them stripes. Don't
What?
do this, please. That is a horrendous backline.
He's
And
a World Cup
never,
semi-finalist.
ever will that backline be a top 4
Scored a World
backline.
Cup. Scored a pen to get them through to. Listen,
Playing in midfield. Not at centre back, bro.
didn't he used to be a centre back?
Bro.
Isn't that what they liked him? Because he's versatile.
Yeah, you can
Listen,
Go on.
listen. I'm telling you now, top 4 is done. Like, it is
Official?
it is official. Like,
So what's your hopes now?
Unless some kind of miracle happens where we go on a magical run in Christmas, some signings coming in January, I can't see things turning around. Like,
Sign.
But look, like
Like,
Go ahead, I'll let
honestly, no. I'm like, there's not much to analyze. The game was shit. Like, they had a goal disallowed that should have been given, in all honesty. VAR's an absolute shambles. But Sheffield actually should have got more than just a point. Like, we didn't even deserve that. That's the facts of the matter. Like, that's where we are right now, where Sheffield United can come to our ground and take 3 points. Like, it's what we got. Like, I don't know, recent run, I think it's like one win in a couple.
Should we break it down?
What you got?
25 points in 24 games.
There you go. That's the one.
7 last games, 1 win, 3 defeats.
It's 24 points in 25 games, right?
24. Oh man,
Horrible.
Yeah, 24.
Bro,
Yeah,
it's
24.
So under a point a game average.
Maximum in
25.
your last 6
away
Prem games.
record ain't won since what? February.
Look, I don't think.
Like,
in your.
I got my Spurs killer.
what is going on here?
I don't think Spurs fans are representing. I think Spurs fans are pushing it. So I'm gonna represent Spurs. I'm gonna represent Spurs because the fans are trying to hide. They're trying to hide the bigger picture. They're trying to hide the big. So I'm gonna be a Spurs fan. I'm gonna talk for the Spurs fans today.
Let me quickly
I'm
go.
gonna let you speak for the Spurs fans.
Let me finish this off. In the last 6
Troll
games,
session.
maximum
Go on.
6 Premier League games, you've got 6 points.
Sounds about right.
Listen, and then Pochettino came out and said he needs time to rebuild transitional Spurs, but the build was never finished because still said he was building. So why is it transitional?
No. Well, I think we've accepted that it's the end of a cycle at Tottenham with that squad of players. Like, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks now, January can't come soon enough. There are so many heads that need to roll and so many heads that need to come in. I've been seeing tweets and messages flying about Poch out and Poch this. Are you out your mind?
Poch out.
For the last 4 years, he has worked wonders with nothing. Like, he has deserved enough clout to be given the time to have a write-off season even. To rebuild. Bro, you think we're getting top 4 this year? This season's a write-off. This season's a write-off.
Yeah, for me, as a Spurs fan,
Behave.
For me, as
Behave.
we have been suffering all
There's
year.
no we.
Listen, we have been suffering all year. All year. This is 2019. All year we have been suffering, and Poch, he doesn't have the answers anymore. Tactically, as you've said, mentioned, we are poor going into games. Players don't want to play for us no more. Yeah. Vertonghen wants to get out. Toby wants to get out. Eriksson wants to get out. True. And the reason why they all want to get out is because we haven't been able to mount anything in terms of winning titles. We haven't been able to win no trophies, right? True. And then now you're telling me Pochettino is talking about I need another time to rebuild. Rebuild for what? Rebuild for what? What are you going to rebuild? So now we should give you another year, 2 years to rebuild and not challenge for anything. When the whole time you've been here, you've been writing off trophies. You've been, I don't need this. Now I bet you wish you had some. We wish we had some Carling Cups, some FA Cups in the bank. Like, how can you?
It really wouldn't do anything.
How can you really wouldn't add anything? How can we be averaging, under a point a game over the last 25, and we've won 2 away games in 2019. This isn't a blip. This isn't form. This is a crisis, as I've mentioned already. And for me, I want Poch out. I want Poch out.
I'm glad because you want to slap your United shirt and say, "Yo, Poch."
Nah. I want Poch out. I want Poch out.
Poch don't need to go anywhere.
He's tired. He doesn't look
there is
energized
more blame.
anymore.
This form is more to lie with the players than it is to do with the manager. Like you just said, there's players that don't want to be there. There's players that aren't good enough to be there.
I want to highlight something. Sorry, bro. Let me quickly. I want to highlight something because I've been scratching my head for a while about it now. Why is it when there's kind of like poor results, Pochettino comes out and he wants us to feel sorry for him? It's kind of, if we get time to build, or you know what, it's hard to come back from a Champions League final. Like, if you look at, I bought it once for you where I showed you the amount of excuses he's shown when there's been a loss or something. Now we need to call it for what it is. I don't think he has the drive to turn this around anymore. Let's be real.
I don't think he has the drive. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think he has the drive to turn it around. I don't think
he shouldn't rebuild, or he doesn't have, because he's saying he wants to rebuild.
Let me read it for you. Look, we are in the process. We are in the process to build, and we will see if we have the time to build what we want. Absolutely. If we have the time. He seems dejected, man. The guy's broken.
Who wouldn't be dejected?
Broken.
Have you seen that run of form?
But this is what
have you seen the games that we've been playing?
This is what I'm telling you.
Have you seen that
squad? And I'm sorry, bro.
Just last one on this. Dejected and demoralized.
Because it's your team. Last one on this. Even Ole, and I keep using Ole as the benchmark because we always fish him up for everything. Even Ole, yeah, when things are going bad, he's saying, "No, you know what? We can keep trying, or we're gonna do this." Or he's still talking positive. This guy's talking like he's on antidepressants, man. The guy's tired, man. Come on, man.
Listen.
He's
Squad
tired.
is making him
He's
depressed.
tired.
The results are making him depressed.
tired.
I don't blame him, bro.
Then fix it. You're the man in charge.
We trust.
Nah,
In Poch,
listen.
we trust.
For me,
We ain't listening to
we
you.
haven't played.
Wait.
We haven't played.
Cut his mic.
We haven't. Listen, we used to be one of the teams that run the most in the Premier League. Since lately, we're in the bottom half of that all the time.
Is that Poch's fault?
We haven't
Or
played.
the players?
We haven't played great football since the lane. Since they took down the lane.
Why is
am I
why
lying?
is no blame being aligned with the players?
What do you mean?
Why is no one looking at the players?
Okay, I've got something.
Wait.
Why
I've
you
got
not
something.
pointing?
Okay, all right. You want me to look at? All right, you want me to look at the players? You want me to look at the players?
Look at the
All right,
players.
I'll look at who's
Look at the
supposedly
players.
meant to be the best
Harry
player.
Kane. Harry Kane, right?
Oh,
So
now you
I
don't want
found
me to talk about. You don't want me to talk about that, do you?
Because you've
I
got a
found
whole
some-
squad of players.
No, listen to me.
Harry Kane.
Listen to me.
Who's actually been scoring?
Listen, no, exactly. But this is what I want to address. So he scored 6 goals and 11 appearances, right? And I thought, let me do some digging into this. So in the games you've failed to win, where he's been fit, yeah, because he's missed one game because he was ill, right? Quotation marks. You've had 4 draws and 4 losses, yeah. He's only scored in 3 of those games. So where was he for the rest when you needed a hero? Where was he?
So what? One player.
games
One
that you've
one
won-
player dictates a whole
But
team.
he is.
So
he
one
is
player
the
can change
captain.
the whole team.
He is the
Okay,
talisman.
So Tammy now must change every game for Chelsea.
He's the talisman.
Tammy's
Tammy's not doing what I
Tammy's
think
your
not.
talisman. now.
When Tammy's
your
not playing
talisman
well,
now.
don't
That's
I
what we're
pick
gonna
him up?
expect.
Okay,
Cool.
wait. I'm
This
not
is
even
the
gonna.
standard
I
now.
don't even want to do. I don't even want to run something too deep on Harry Kane. Yeah, but what I got to look at is Poch has Ndombele playing in the wrong position.
Definitely.
Yeah, he
He's
hasn't.
definitely
Is it because
misusing
he's
him.
black and a little bit strong that you're playing
He's
him
like,
defensive mid? And you think
defensive
that
mid
he's
straight
going to
away,
be
yeah.
No, that he's one of the most creative players. That he's definitely one of your most creative players. One of the most creative players in the league if he's playing in
yeah,
his,
he's still
in his
getting
correct
fucking
position.
games.
Lucas
And
Moura's
he's-
not
he's-
getting enough minutes.
Lucas Moura's not getting games, and in the way I see it, you can't
Bro,
complain.
every week I'm here complaining about
The way
that.
you can't complain. The reason why I can't complain and say, "Oh, Ericsson or these type of people," because Ericsson said, "I want to leave." You
And
guys are
do
the
you know
ones
what
that
the worst bit is?
held
Imagine
him
denying
down.
a guy from leaving, only to sit him on the bench every week.
So sorry, quick pause. We've just said how many players, right? Ericsson is not his
shit.
fault. Moro is not even on the pitch. Ndombele is playing the wrong position.
What do you
You're
mean? You just said Ericsson wants to leave. Of course, it's his
No.
fault.
but
Well,
we-
it's
part of
no.
the- he's part of
No.
what's fucking
Ericsson,
up
no,
the morale of the
Ericsson,
club.
yeah. No,
You're
don't
not
get
getting what I'm
twisted.
saying.
Ericsson's a
You're
waste.
saying-
Ericsson's a waste, man.
waste,
But
man.
what
He's a
I'm
waste,
saying
man.
is,
But
you're
Poch-
saying
like, he's
that
partially
you're
to
saying
blame
that
what's
blame
fucking up the club
lays-
right
now.
lays-
The bigger picture,
You're
he
saying
was-
blame lays lies on the players, right?
Not performing.
One player's
100%.
not even. One player's playing. The guy you signed is out of position. Mora's not even playing. Son's trying.
You're looking
Like-
at the attacking players. The attacking players are
Okay,
the
talk to me
defensive
about the
players I'm
defensive
talking
players.
about.
Talk to me.
said-
Okay, you talk to me because you mentioned the lineup.
No,
but I didn't let you
You've
go
just
forward.
given me the analysis on Moura. Give me the analysis on Dyer, on Davis.
Okay, so
on
why-
Aurier.
but why is
how
Dyer-
have they performed
but
so
why-
far?
why is
They've
Dyer-
performed
okay.
like dog shit?
And-
And that's the simple
And I
fact
want
of the
to
matter.
ask you a question, right? And I need to ask this honestly. You have such a way of these players, and you don't really like them and whatnot. Why are they still at your club?
Nobody wants them. As simple as. Nobody fucking wants them.
Well-
Who wants Eric Dyer? United wanted Dyer 2 years ago. We
wait,
didn't sell
hey,
him.
I'm sorry,
Joe
but didn't
Zay.
Mr.
I wish you
but-
lot took him.
I'm sorry, didn't
60
Mr.
million.
Ole still
Lord
manage to
have
get? He didn't get anyone in, but didn't he manage to get rid of his deadwood? Did he not?
Look.
So,
As bad
can make
as
excuses,
bad
man.
as our squad is, yeah. As bad as our squad
This
is.
season's a transition
As bad as,
season.
yeah,
That's
but
all I'm
as
saying.
bad as our squad is, it shouldn't be this bad.
Stop
This
saying
is
we,
too
man.
bad.
This guy.
This is too bad.
I would like
And
to highlight
there's a
something.
bigger, like as I said, like it could be. You can have a bad run. You know, we could be 7th, we could be whatever 6th, but to be 14th. There's something there's something bigger going on.
let's
And,
call
and
it
as
what
I
it
said,
is.
just to my final statement,
Go on.
What's the gap?
Poch, if you love the club,
Walk.
walk. Walk.
And the thing is,
Sick,
That's
yo,
it.
cut
I
his
just want to
mic.
highlight something for you
Nah.
because
What's the
I'm
gap?
gonna name.
No, you lot put
I'm not
naming
talking about-
positions,
I'm not
league
talking.
positions.
I'm not
What's
talking
the
about.
gap between-
I'm not even looking
like
at
a
the league
3-point
position.
gap.
I'm not. Listen. I'm not even looking at the positions or the gap. All I'm gonna say to you is, there's one man that we keep mentioning that he's doing a rubbish job and whatnot. Marco Silva, right? You are level on points with Everton, bro.
Bro, Marco Silva is trash because of his track record. Let's not do
You
this.
are level
Poch's
with
track
them.
record compared to Marco Silva's.
But
Don't
right
do this,
now,
please.
right
Don't
now,
compare Marco
right
Silva
now,
to
you
Poch.
man are age mates.
Don't do that.
Right now,
Don't
your teams
do
are
that.
age mates.
I'm not listening
You
to
guys
this.
are age
I'm not
mates.
listening to this.
You
Bro,
guys are age
You're
mates.
looking at one game and
It's not
looking at
one game.
position.
I'm
You
looking
can-
at 12 games.
This is the first
Right now,
time
you guys.
Tottenham
Steve
and Everton
Bruce,
have been next to each other.
Steve
This
Bruce.
is the first time Tottenham and Everton have been next to each other.
has
You
been
want to compare the two
collecting
managers?
flack
That's dumb.
Flack, the fans wanted him out.
Man said
He's
Poch
managed
is
to get
same level
15
as
points.
No.
I didn't say same level.
Silva.
Did I
that's
say same level?
age mates.
Right now, your team's on the same place.
So what does that mean?
What I'm
We're
saying to you
performing
is
shit.
we
I've
have
said
been
that
Right now,
so
it means that.
different.
Right now, it means that they're your rivals.
They're your
They're
age mates.
our rivals.
Newcastle are above Spurs.
Yo, you like
I'm
serious.
not saying Pochettino. I'm not
serious.
talking about in the entirety of his legacy. I'm saying
Yeah.
right now, 12 games is a substantial period. That's 12 games. Well,
So why are you comparing him to Silva?
The season? Because that's
Why
the
you-
closest team to you.
So
bro.
what is the comparison between him and
Because
Silva?
we've been saying that Marco Silva's been rubbish this season.
So is
You
Poch as
understand?
bad as Marco Silva?
I'm not saying he's as bad as.
What are
but
you
why is he
saying?
there? So listen, why am I
What are
supposed
you
to correct?
saying?
Pellegrini's
Tell
there
me
as
what
well.
you're saying.
I'm saying he's got to do better.
Nah.
He's got to do better.
Make a shout.
He's got to do better. Why is Chris Wilder in fifth? Why is Chris Wilder in fifth and Pochettino's in 14th?
I don't know. Chris Wilder's doing a good job. I give him
I
credit.
warned man about Chris
So what's
Wilder.
You did.
Bro, even
You
Brighton.
did. I give you credit.
Listen,
there.
it's not about. Forget about all them other teams. As I said, it's crashing. It's crashing down. It's
Shocking.
crashing. It's crashing down. And I don't
Yo.
have faith in Poch being the guy to
Tottenham
rebuild
fans,
our club anymore.
Don't worry about it.
Honestly, that's
Don't
what
worry
I've.
about it.
That's
This
my
season's
final
a
statement.
write-off. We'll be back. We got money, so I ain't worried now.
He's gonna
All
go
we need
bold
is
like
Poch
Pep.
to be given money and another couple
Final
of
point,
windows.
You said top four's out the window, right?
Completely.
So if top four's out the window, what caliber of player do you expect to attract with the money that you
That's going to be the bigger question in
Alright,
all
cool.
honesty,
So redact your
which
last
is why
statement.
January
England
is so
team.
important.
Wait,
Redact
no,
your
wait.
last statement.
Ericsson can go for free.
Nah.
have?
Shut
So
him in
redact
Jan.
your last.
Shut
You have
him
to
in-
relax
shut him
your
in
last
Jan.
statement.
Shut him in Jan.
Cool.
It's easy.
England team, what do we think?
It's the correct team.
It's the correct team.
I don't think there's much. I'm glad that Ox is back.
Why the fuck is Delph still being selected?
Yeah, that's a joke.
Talisman.
I mean,
Someone
Grealish
please
didn't
tell
get Grealish didn't get the call up, which is a bit dead. But
He'll
he
probably
did
come now.
mention
Sancho's
mention that if someone falls out, that he'll be
the first one
he'll be
in.
the first one to
That's
call.
progression.
Ox, I'm really happy he's back. When Ox is fit, playing in centre midfield, he's a really good player, and I think he's a good link from whoever our defensive midfielder is going to be to the centre mid, to the 10 or attacking mid, whatever. What I would like to see going forward is Maddison needs to get games. I know there's this
What has he
whole
got to do to
perception that.
start?
Well, I think they want him to be a little teacher's
Tell him
pet
to
or
stop
something.
acting like
The
an
only
asshole.
reason they don't like him is because apparently he's super confident. But listen, we need
He's
that
some cov.
confidence,
Because he's getting
bro.
caught out in casinos.
Some
when
confidence,
he's
man,
fucking
alone.
calling
Listen,
up
what's-
sick.
Yeah, okay, but then what?
Are you sick in a
greatest-
casino?
Our greatest players, Rooney, he was shagging
Shagging
people
grandmas.
at weddings and
Yeah.
stuff. We got Gascoigne,
Filthy
who's
cunt.
getting. We know what Gascoigne's up.
And
like,
John Terry sleeping with his
John
own
Terry,
teammates.
mate, come on, man.
So
Like, we need to start
if
acting
that's
like
the standard that we're going by, then he should be. He
Yeah,
should be the
exactly.
first name on the team sheet.
Madison needs to be getting.
Nah, definitely.
Getting a
I
game.
agree,
If he
I
doesn't
agree.
get a game again, like, come on, man, this is getting ridiculous. Because if we're being real, Madison if you're taking player for player, I'm taking Madison over Mason Mount. But I know Mason Mount has different qualities. It's not even a guarantee that he'll necessarily nick more goals than Madison.
I don't
But
think Mason Mount would start for England
is
above
more
Maddison.
creative. Madison is a set piece threat.
Specialist.
Yeah, he's a.
I don't think
I don't want to start saying
Mason
he's top
Mount.
player, but he's
I don't
class,
think
man.
Mason
He's
Mount
good,
would
he's good.
start in the England team over Madison. I don't think so.
No,
I
it's
don't
still
know.
early days
I
for
don't
Mount.
know.
It's
You
still
don't know.
early
It
days
might
for Mount.
be.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think that would
He
happen.
I think
started
Madison's
the
got
last
more.
one.
I think if Southgate did that, he would have blood in his hands because you can't possess someone with Madison's quality. Yeah, we're not saying he's world class, but you can't possess someone that's that different to all of the other players and
Bro,
then not play him.
For me,
The only
Grealish,
reason
get Grealish into that team.
So who would
that guy's the apps.
But my thing is, you're saying it would be Madison, and who else would it be in there for you in the middle
Who?
for you? If you play Madison,
Henderson Rice.
Madison,
Henderson Rice.
Ox and Rice.
Henderson Rice.
No,
Don't disrespect Hendo.
in international
Don't
level.
disrespect
That's,
Hendo.
in the international level,
do you need both of them? at
Hendo's
international?
not the standard.
You do.
In international
I
level,
would say
Hendo's
so.
not the standard.
That's a hot take.
I
You need both.
don't think Ox provides like what you think. Like for Liverpool, he
Ox
looks
is
good.
He's the
in the
potential
Liverpool
to be the box to
system.
box.
So, what you think that
I think
that
Henderson-
Henderson can?
I think
What?
I would pick Henderson ahead of Chamberlain for England.
No, man. Listen,
I think
in
Henderson
international
last couple
football,
of weeks, especially the way he's been playing.
bro,
I'm not dropping him
international
right now.
football, yeah. In
No way.
international football, the tempo of the game slows down, and technique and
You need someone to
quality,
control-
and
be on the
technique
ball and control the
ability
game.
And quality is so much more important. Henderson, I'm sorry, you're a grafter. You're a grafter.
That's true.
You put the work in,
Mhm.
and in the Liverpool system as well, which he's thriving in. You've got the outballs of Robbo and Trent, which the intensity is so much different
He's
in
still
the Premier
got
League.
Trent, and he's still got what's his name?
No. But the
But
intensity
they're not
Chilwell
gonna-
on the
the
other
game-
side.
They're not gonna
but
do
the
that cheat
game
code.
slows
Ah,
down.
okay,
It's not,
yeah,
and
yeah.
obviously it's not going to be the same tactics that Klopp employs. You're going to be relied to get the ball off the centre backs and play 1 touch, 2 touch passes. It's going to be a lot different. And Henderson, just for
But
me,
is
has
Ox
not
going to
got
be that man?
He
Is
hasn't got
Ox
that
going to be the centre mid that
what Ox
dictates
has-
the play?
What Ox has is drive. And he's got a better pass. He's got a better pass than Hendo as well. He can drive and he can move with it.
You're
Henderson,
right.
Parson's
what is
underrated,
Henderson
man.
gonna-
You're
what's
right.
he going to offer
but
us?
still,
What's he
England
gonna
still
offer us?
lack a centre mid that will control the game.
Yeah, that's why Jay Greaves, call up Jay
do
Greaves.
that.
I
Listen.
would still play Harry
do
Winks.
that.
I would play Harry Winks over Henderson for England as well. For England, I would.
Cool. In other
Standard.
stuff, Lewandowski, I
hyping
think
up.
Lewandowski's got 16 goals in 11 match days. He just keeps scoring every single week. They
What are you
dust.
saying, man? Are trying to avoid United. Man, are trying to jump to Lewandowski, ignore United. You know.
Okay,
Bro,
well,
bro.
Finally one. He wants to talk
Bruh.
about it now.
Alright,
what
cool.
the hell?
Tell us then. Tell us
Man
what
said
it is.
Lewandowski. Man started talking about Lewin.
Oh, what, you're United
Man
fan now?
started talking about
Back off
Lewin.
the top, bruv.
Man started talking about Lewin.
Okay,
We
cool.
got other things in the docket, mate.
Alright, cool. Go on then.
Yeah, nah. As you said, no wait, I'm not finished. As you said,
What, restoring the feeling?
aye.
Oh,
Martial
and
and
Rashford are restoring the feeling.
Martial and Rashford
Oh,
are
restoring the feeling.
the feeling.
Yeah, restoring the feeling,
Nah,
bruv.
but
Man said back
to
to
be honest,
95.
bro, like, did any of you lot watch the game,
Yeah.
bro? Did you see?
Martial looks
different-
better in the middle.
No, but did you see how different it is when Man United just decide, listen, let's start attacking. Brighton at one point, I couldn't believe that I was watching Man United. Brighton at one point was struggling to breathe. They couldn't grasp air.
They shouldn't breathe though. It's
Thank
Brighton.
you. It's Brighton.
It's
exactly.
Brighton versus United.
And
They
look at the
shouldn't be
Look
breathing.
at the teams that have come and beat us at Old Trafford, bro. Crystal
That's
Palace
true.
came and beat
Yeah.
us. So, but it was such a different performance because we had a little bit of more drive. The first 2 goals were scrappy, but then as typical as United, we always sit back and let teams get back into the game. But that's why when we got our third straight after, when Rashford got his goal straight after Dunk scored, that gave us that security that, look, do you know what? This is Brighton.
Are you
That's
happy?
how we should be seeing. This is Brighton.
Are you happy
Let's
with
go and
Rashford on
pummel
the
them.
flank?
What you say?
Are you happy with Rashford?
If Martial's up top, he links up with him very well. And Rashford is growing and growing and growing. And 9 goals this season. I mean, and so how many games have been played? About 4.
Is that
14,
9 league
15?
goals?
Nah, he's got 6
All-
league goals.
all comps.
6 league goals, 9 goals in all competition. He's having a very
Same
good
as
season.
Kane.
You mentioned something.
I'm not gonna say
and
too
I would
much.
like to say that.
Not gonna say too much.
Wilfred Zaha, wherever you are.
Bro, Wilfried Zaha trying to fight.
Trying
trying to fight, guys. But when I
in the pocket.
when I mentioned Zaha, people were saying that, oh, I don't know football or something like. I'm sorry, I don't care if you want to leave. It's the same thing. If I'm gonna call Ericsson a waste man, or if I'm gonna call this person a waste man, people call Pogba a waste man because he doesn't want to play apparently or whatever. Zaha's a waste man because at the end of the day, you have packed it in at Crystal Palace this season,
he's
and
down
it's
in
funny. Where are Crystal Palace in the league?
Do you know what this reminds
Crystal
me of?
Palace were basically
They were doing all right. They're 12th.
12th.
They've dropped.
They've dropped down because everyone's a bit close, bro. If Zaha might as well have went on strike this season,
Bro, do you
He
know
might
what
as well,
this
'cause he
reminds me
hasn't
of a
turned
little
up.
bit? Like Berahino, do you remember? When he went on strike that summer because of the Tottenham move or whatever, didn't get it. The next season down tools, and it did his favour. His career, no favours.
The biggest issue for me with this Zaha one,
I don't think this is helping him.
No, one, it's not helping, but 2, I think the major issue you have to look at with Zaha, he had all of the quality and whatnot, but he did this to himself. I'm sorry, if you wanted to move, you never signed a bumper contract that you're never going to get out of.
Months
moving
before,
like
100 grand at Palace. That's how much they've invested in you.
They're never
Palace
letting you
are
go.
paying a player over 100 grand,
That's
and then this
crazy.
is how you're just throwing it in their face.
crazy.
That's poor, man. I don't
listen,
respect
man.
that.
There's
I don't
loads of other
respect that,
stuff,
man.
man. But listen, it is the usual. Chelsea 6 wins on the bounce.
Super.
Sancho
Frank.
subbed off for tactical reasons. Do you see Lukaku's dink?
No, I didn't see it.
Did you see it?
Did he score?
Of course,
He didn't
United
score.
fans didn't see
He
it.
didn't score, bro.
Oh, did he miss?
He
I didn't see it.
Oh, the header.
I was
the
hoping he
header.
scored.
I thought he was Van Persie. This is what people are telling me we should miss.
Oh man, and Messi's a cheat code. Listen, I
course.
think I saw something, and to summarize, it was in the time that Ronaldo scored 3 kicks up until 2018. Messi was behind him. In the year, or like 2 years alone, Messi's caught up and gone past him. That's
In
how many
with
free
what?
kicks with 3 kicks scored.
Fucking alien.
That's ridiculous. That's
But
ridiculous.
listen, man,
What an alien.
that's another episode of Stoppage Time TV. You know what the DSPs are. You know to subscribe. Make sure you drop comments as well. Tell us what you like and whatnot. But listen, that's another one out of here.
Tally's overrated.
This guy's such an idiot.
You're such a jammy cunt.
Such an idiot.